Good morning, Junior 5. All of you are okay now. Let's start with worksheet number 1. Complete the following. The friction force acts in a direction. The friction force acts in a direction opposite to the direction of the motion. Number 2, when the speed of a car increases, the friction force, we said that increase, decrease. So increases. Number 3, dots slows down the moving object. So it will be friction force. Number 4, what are among the factors that have effect on the friction force? We said that we have 3 factors that affect on the force. Number 1, surface area. Number 2, the speed of moving objects. And number 3, the type of the surface area or surface material. Okay, but we have 2 common between the 3 frictions. Number 1, surface area. Number 2, the speed. But surface material related to the first one only when 2 are solids in the opposite direction. Number 5, the force that arises between 2 what surface is called what and act in what direction. So the force that arises between 2 contacts, we said that the 2 surfaces have to be in direct contact, okay? It's called in general بقى friction force. And act in opposite direction. Number 6, the friction force decreases between the dot surface while it what? Between rough surface. So the friction force decreases between smooth surface and increases between rough surface. What are types of friction? Number 1, friction between solid objects. Number 2, friction between solid and water. Friction between solid and air. What happens if a rubber ball moves on a smooth surface? So the friction force decreases, so it moves for long distance or a longer distance. You stop rattling during the motion at the bike. So the bike will slow down, then stop. Now let's start with worksheet number 2. Complete the following. The friction force between air and the object that moves through it called air resistance. And we said that we have to mention the type. of resistance. Is it air resistance or water resistance? By increasing the what and what, the body air resistance increases. So by increasing the speed and surface area. Number 3, we have 3 dots about the factors that affect on friction in general, friction force. So will be surface area, surface time, and the speed. Number 4, parachutes. Open the parachute. Parachutes open the parachute during landing to increase its what? To increase its surface area at the first. So it will increases air resistance. Number 5, rockets and trains, for example, are designed in streamline shape to, we said that streamline to decrease air resistance. Give reasons for the cars and aircrafts are designed with streamline shapes. We said that streamline shapes to decrease the air resistance. What are factors affecting the air resistance? 1, surface area. 2, speed. Rewrite the following. Friction force depends on the color of the 2 touching surface. No, 2 touching surface, so it will be the type or the surface material. As the exposed surface area of the object increases, air resistance, we said that increase. Trains and aircrafts are designed in a streamline shape. We said that streamline shape to decrease air resistance and surface area. So the speed will increase. Water resistance, friction force that results from the movements of objects through air. So it will be air resistance, not water resistance. When the velocity of train decrease, air resistance increase? No, we said that increase. Now, let's start with the match. Number 1, the moving car is affected by the air resistance that acts in the opposite direction of the movement. So it will be D. Number 2, friction between rough surface is more than that between smooth surface. Will be C. Number 3, by increasing the speed of train, the air resistance increases, so it will be E. Number 4, birds stretch their wings on landing too, will be B. Increase surface area so they can land safely. Number 5, the relation between the surface area of the moving object and the air resistance is a direct relation, so it will be A. Thank you, Junior 5, and see you next session.